We'll get right into it, but a lot of fights, a lot of action to cover from all over the world. I'm going to start off with boxing, who's on a Thursday, was in Japan. It was Brian Norman, the new WBO welterweight champ, defended his title for the first time versus Jin Sasaki. Norman is the youngest active world champion in boxing right now at the moment, 24 years of age. And it reminded me of last week's fights. We're having a lot of Japanese fighters recently. They all have unbelievable heart, chins. But do they not teach defense in Japan? Do they not move their heads? You talked about it last week with Andy Cruz. You said it looked like it was MLB batting practice. Well, this week with Norman, it looked like the home run derby. Might be knockout of the year. You called it in the lead up in our preview going into it. You said he throws everything with bad intentions. You said that he has a beautiful left hook. And you said that Sasaki was too easy to hit. In the end, it all came true. 5th round knockout, first defense. Might be a star has been born for Brian Norman. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, first of all, that's just qualify one thing. Some of the Japanese fighters, we've seen them that, yeah, they've been, they, like I used to say, the great Mickey Duff used to say, one of the great boxing minds and promoters of all time, used to say, hey, Teddy, this guy gets insulted if you miss him. So, but we got to qualify that. I mean, we got guys named Nakasaki and Inoue who are pretty damn good defensively. But moving on to the Norman, yeah, I think his star is born. I love him. I like his demeanor. I like he doesn't get over the top with getting too crazy when he wins a fight. I mean, I remember the great Jim Brown in your business in football, where he's probably the greatest running back of all time because the stats that he accumulated compared to everyone else's was over a much shorter period of time, much less carries. I mean, the guy was phenomenal. He was, again, you might agree, you might not agree. I love Barry Sanders too, but Jim Brown probably the greatest running back of all time. The point I'm making is when he scored a touchdown, he just handed the ball to the ref. And after a few years of that, the newspaper guys asked him, how come you don't do what some of these guys do? You don't, put a show on, you don't slam it into the ground. And his answer was perfect. He said, I've been there before. I expect to be there again. I mean, I expect to be there again. So why am I making a big deal out of it? It's something I expect to do. When these fighters win a fight, you don't have to go into this tirade, into all these stuff and just where they go sometimes. You want to fight. That's what's expected of you. That's what you trained to do. That's what you live to do. That's what you were brought up to do. Okay, that speaks for itself. I just like that Norman didn't overdo it in that area. Listen, he's a talented guy. Not only because he's got God-given talent and he's worked hard to develop it, but his people have done a good job giving him good delivery systems, giving him a good base, a fundamental base of good habits. That's why I like him so much. And the reason Sasaki got knocked out, you've heard me say this once, you heard me say it a million times, so you're going to hear me say it 1,000,001. When you see a knockout, yeah, it's the punch. Yeah, it's the talent. Yes, it's the ability. But most importantly, there was a flaw in the defensive system, in the technique of the fighter that got knocked out. Almost every time. Yeah, you had a good delivery system. The timing was good. All of that. But it happens because the opportunity was given to you to land that talent because the opponent came up short on technique. Somebody didn't teach him right. Yeah, I said it. There's not enough teachers out there. And again, one of the main reasons guys get knocked out, there's about 5, 6 reasons. I won't go over all of them, but they're consistent. It's always one of them. And this one is you don't pull back in front of your opponent with your hands down, your chin up. Because if you do, guess what? You get knocked out a lot of times. And our team put up a video that I thought was perfect, where you saw Mike McCollum 34 years ago scoring a sensational knockout that looked identical to this one, Bud, over Donald Curry, who at the time I think was undefeated. It was for the world title, and it was the same thing. Curry made a mistake. He pulled back with his hands down, his chin up, right in front of McCollum. McCollum stepped to him with a left hook, and that's all she wrote. This was exactly so. Again, let's get better teachers out there. You're tough, you're fast, you're smart, you want to be all those good. Learn, go to school, read a book. Don't just watch TV. Same thing in my business. You want to be a top fighter? Go to school, study, learn the right habits. Have a trainer who can teach you the right fundamental habits. That's it. I said my piece. I'm not going to go anymore because it doesn't need anymore. I like Norman. He's a player. He's right there. You don't have the talent that used to be in the welterweight division with guys named Crawford and Ennis. They've moved south, but you still have talent. You still have competitive fights there. I want to see him clean out that division. If he's that good, I want to find out if he is that good. I don't want to hear no more about who was ducking who, that he called out Ennis and Ennis. Listen, he probably did get offered. I'll give you a little bit on that without getting deep. He being Norman, did get offered, it seems like, some fights with Ennis, but it was at a time period that obviously his people didn't think he was ready. I don't blame him. They didn't think he was mature enough, seasoned enough, experienced enough. And now he is, in their mind. Anyway, terrific, opportunistic moment. He saw the moment, bang. I like the guy. I like Norman. Man, he does it all. He counterpunches. He times you. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got defense. What more do you need?